Okay, so books that built me, okay, is really going to go for the one that we're getting ready to do now. So, what is it that we're getting ready to do now? Okay, so welcome to Books That Built Me, the podcast where mindset meets style, and every page leads to transformation. I am your host, and Tasia Shabella Moore, mindset and style coach, guiding you through the books that shape my confidence, refine my image, and rebuild how I show up in the world. In each episode, we uncover the wisdom between the lines and how it lives in our closets, our thoughts, and our decisions. This is coaching talk, not just book talk, okay? Mind you, because sometimes people kind of sort of just want to feel like that's all that there is, and that's not necessarily the case here. So, for women becoming more of who they were always meant to be. We're going to go ahead on and dive into this now. So let's get into it. So the one that we're going to get ready to figure out is going to actually deal with episode 5. So we're going to center that around actually mindset. Okay. Now, when you're dealing with mindset, what is it about mindset? So I just have notes and things like that if anybody was ever curious or whatever. So mindset in the book entitled Self-Sabotage Shutdown. Now, this book, as a rave review by myself, was actually an excellent book. I really thought that this was interesting because it was always about how you're shutting down your self-sabotaging ways. And sometimes we always quick to pinpoint sabotage is coming from somebody else. Like at times it is. At times if you're getting ready to go to prom, I told you before about Essence, how sometimes she was sabotaging the makeup routine when dealing with Shania. And so that's how it goes because she was jealous that she wasn't able to get to be able to necessarily go to prom, in which the way that she may have secretly did want to, like Shania did, and actually chose to envy the fact that Shania did and was able to do those things. And that is what motivated her reasons for sabotaging her makeup appointment. Envy. Okay. Now that's just a hunch. He never admitted to it or not, but I believe that that was caused from the motive that stemmed behind envious feelings. Okay, so there's that. And so identify reconstruction through self-trust for sure, because think about self-trusting. When you look around the atmosphere, you really want to be able to put your trust in you. You really want to be able to put your trust in a woman who you see in the mirror. That's why they call it mirror work. Mirror work is being able to realize that, okay, the woman that I see in the mirror, let's say this is my mirror, and Tasia, okay, sit up straight. Okay, perfect, looks good. You sure? Should I go higher? Not too high because you don't really want to mess up your neck. You already have a sore neck. Okay, thank you for saying that. You're welcome. Simple mirror thoughts that transition to who you want to become, who you want to manifest. Okay, so I am going to see right quick. Okay, perfect. So I try to put it on here so it's easy to come and find, and this is exactly why. Okay, so coaching leads through identity reconstruction through self-trust. Yeah, citation. You messing with that phone? Don't you mess with the phone, cell phone. That's your pop five. Okay, well leave him alone. Put him up there. And stop messing with the phone. Anyway, you all, I apologize for having to step off. You know how it goes. Mommy duties, mom busy moms. Y'all already know. I don't need to say nothing else to you. So yes, reconstruction, identity reconstruction. So to reconstruct means to kind of sort of break apart and put back together again in a way that is more harmonious with who you are currently. That's the whole entire point and purpose of this whole type of idea just moving forward. So that's really a positive. That's what you want to do. And so when you reconstruct through having that moment of, okay, because I mean, just think about it. When you are really putting yourself as the center of your well-being, so you're making the choices in mind with your well-being at heart, that's a point of understanding that nobody else is going to do it for you. Because when you give somebody else that power, they can say yes or no. And when you want them to say yes and they say no, then that leads and opens a doorway into ideas that actually feel a little less derogatory than what it was that you really might have wanted. And when we allow ourselves to go through those things, we kind of sort of can say, okay, well, moving forward, am I going to do this thing again or not? Yes or no? And so the answer is no. The authentic, true answer to the thought that is really going to help you resonate with the women that you're trying to influence and or the woman that you want to become. The answer is no. Because now you realize you done gave somebody too much power. And it's not about them. It's about self-trust. All right. So that's definitely the shift. What this book awakened in you, mindset and self-image. And this episode focus is going to have to be on mindset. So what does self-sabotage shut down? Because at first I was like, am I shutting down sabotage? But I immediately went to, it's dealing with somebody else. It's with people. They're thinking of self. See what I mean? And the fact that they were doing that says that you can internally say, okay, I'm on a diet, but then go and scarf down 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 burritos, but you just said it. So that self sabotage shutdown is the mindset shift. You have to be strong enough in your will to say, no, I have a diet. This is what I'm going to stick to. And inside this book, they have really, Chef Kiss, great examples because they simply say you're on a no alcohol detox or you're binging just straight things that are healthy. You're not dealing with anything that's alcoholic that deters in your ability to think well. Okay, so by the time that your girlfriends and your peeps call you up and they hit you up, hey, yo, Suzanne, I'm getting ready to hop out. I'll meet you at the bar in 10 or 15. You about 5 minutes away, 10 minutes away, and we'll see you there shortly. But your whole entire goal is to stay clean for a whole month with no alcohol. You're on day 28. And that's the point of having a self-sabotage shutdown. Oh, no, I'm good. Click. Right on in that ear, and they can't say nothing to you. They can't get mad at you because if they do, then you're going to recognize them for who they are, enemies. People who don't even wish you well. And again, we'll go back to the very beginning of what we just opened up the podcast with. We specifically just said that the whole entire point in time, yes or no, you're going to give somebody else that power again or not. If the enemy has the power to say yes or no, and you want them to say yes, they're going to say no because they're enemies. They don't have your best interest in your well-being at heart. And you want somebody who do. That's why Self-Sabotage Shutdown was such a great read. I mean, really, 5 out of 5 stars. And basically, I'm going to say every book that we're going to actually upload onto this podcast most likely is going to have that same vibe of 5 out of 5 stars. I guarantee you. So that's definitely what the shift is. The shift is going from allowing other people to continue to make choices and saying, okay, fine, because I have learned that most of you are not going to have my best interest at heart. I'm going to go ahead on and make them instead. Okay, there's the shift. And then you have the style connection. That same energy resonates in a badass sharp dresser. It can be a lady who does the play in her hair. It can be a female who twists and turns and flips her hair because you know she got it going on. It can be females who don't mind giving somebody else a compliment. That style can resonate. Oh, your style is fly. Thank you so much. Let me go and pull out whatever's in my closet so that I can emulate it and give off certain energies because I respected her style. That type of mind of self-respect puts you on. Allows you to experience things in a positive manner. Positivity attracts you that ability to be able to scale what you're thinking about. When you scale what you're thinking about, people are drawn to you and they want parts of it. So now it's beginning to multiply. Okay? It got wider. Your rubber band has stretched to the point. Now, sometimes I stretch my rubber band so much, so I'm like, why is my damn hair still snagging? What is going on? So now I got to get rid of it. I done stretched to the extreme that is no longer serving its purpose anymore. It's no longer useful. So the point has to remain useful because as soon as the usefulness is gone, we have no use for you. And now you have to get on the pot again. That's a logical answer. So there's the style connection. And your client takeaway, a mindset they can apply from this book, Suzanne, is very simple. Self-sabotage, shut down, is how you're going to really come away because you know for a fact that ain't nobody really going to be able to do what you do the way that you do. So that's the whole point of having identity reconstruction through self-trust. You trust yourself enough to make the decisions for you. You don't need nobody else to choose whatever to do. But it's nice. It's if you can have a reward for a partner who will, period. Boom. Anybody else that falls in a lesser than category or a category that is less than that or a category less than that is not meant for you. It's not for you. They are not serving your purpose, the one that God's given to you. To bring glory to God's name. To bring glory to what it was that God built. To bring glory to what it was that you thought about because God put what you think there in your own heart and spirit. So therefore, what you're thinking about has to come out. It has to resonate. It has to have a place. And my people love to say the same thing. Thoughts are things. Yes, they are. How can anybody tell you anything different? You mean to look at me all day long and you're going to sit up and tell me you never have a single thought about anything that I say or think or am observing or has dressed or has styled myself as? You're a liar. Simple as that. You're telling lies. That's all that you're doing. And lies are some of the worst characteristics of a leader. A leader who only leads by manipulative means is not a leader. A leader who can only lead when they feel they're in control because of the lies they tell is not a leader. That person is an individual who is looking to have some kind of advantage over someone because they're afraid, because of fear. So they're rooted in not even having confidence, but they're rooted in the identity reconstruction through everything else but self-trust. So it's lies, it's manipulation, it's arguments, it's I'm big and you're small. It's your family is a backdrop of failure, so I gotta be one too. The people that you rock with are all losers and whatever else. So by the time you wind up coming around me, I get a stank of a stench that rubbed off on my smell or whatever else because of the book that you was on. And instead of saying, okay, let's go into a spirit like Jesus did at the very top of the mountaintop where he sat there and went away from the crowd for a second to have time alone to commune with God about what his concerns were. There's nothing around that's able to easily rub off on that type of spirit. And I'm not saying that we have to isolate because I don't really want to say isolation is the word. Isolation is tempting. I will say that isolation is you're so angry at the world that it's easy because of the strength of the temptation to take yourself out of a spirit where somebody else is around you and then execute it to all the extremes. So you're completely isolated around from all. That's not really necessarily a good way to combat the stressors that have to do with how you think about life, and particularly speaking. I don't think that. Okay. I really don't. I don't feel that way. I really, sometimes I guess people just do not have the strength, in so many words, to really kind of sort of figure out what it is they want to do. And, that's just a sad fact of reality because at the end of the day, it's not even really about what else is taking place. So when I deal with stop shrinking, okay, and make the decisions for yourself, do that. The style of a woman who knows her worth is a young lady who's going to go ahead and do it. And you have to learn. And it is always best to have a spirit that allows you to learn. Because whenever you learn, you allow yourself to either have some kind of knowledge that's secret, put away somewhere, stored from whatever experience that taught you that lesson. And by the time you have it there, you can move forward and not make the same error again. It's more so aligned to the point where now that I'm doing this thing, because I learned this, is more successful. That's how you maneuver being in areas where people are a little less inclined to necessarily, let's just say, go ahead and throw out there to help you. And if people really love to help those who help themselves, then you really understand how that self-sabotage shutdown is really real. Because sometimes as those people are there out and about and you gotta let it help you help yourself, not let it help you who loves to help them. We love to help those who help themselves ruin somebody else's goal to stay clean for a whole entire month. No, we didn't say that. We said that we love to help those individuals, okay, who helps their cells stay the course of the goal to be clean for the entire 30-day period. That's what we said. Now, we're going to go ahead on. DeAndre Booker. We are uh, going to have to leave your wear the outfit you've been saving for someday. Okay. And if you can, do it today, do it tomorrow at the latest, and sometime this week if it really has to be that bad. Okay. So thank you for joining me for another chapter of Books That Built Me. If this episode shifted your mindset or elevated your style, leave a comment or review. Remember, you're not just reading books, you're rewriting the woman you're becoming. So wear your truth boldly, all right? And I'll see you next time. Y'all have a good day. I'm out. Y'all have a good one again. Bye.